love this launching thing. It's great. Hello, my name is Sandwich. This is gonna be my first video on the channel. Yeah, don't know what else to say. It's taken a year for me to do this. That's a place to put the landing pad. That's not going to be inconvenient at all. Just... there we go. Anyways. And, yeah. So, one of my friends, Digital Boy 2007, he played this game and got to this point and didn't know what to do. He didn't realise he needed to accept the rewards from this mission. So anyways, from that mission we got an oxygenator and a small printer for merely existing on this planet. So, just gonna set this up here. And this can go here for now. It's not facing the right way, hold on. That'll do. Now it's gonna tell us about tethers. They extend your oxygen. Oh, that's cool, they have a little gear now. Alright. So. We now have this can. This can be filled with soil. And now we need to go get some compound, which is this stuff over here. Using the vacuum. Yeah, I think that should be enough for now. I don't know why the game puts the tethers up here. Because I'm playing on the computer right now, I can just press T and it creates a tether right next to me. Right now we need some resin, which is this coral looking stuff over here. Just gonna... I know there was an escape pod over there. Just gonna ignore it for now. Cool. Just realised I'm running out of oxygen. That's great. Anyways. So this is mainly the start of the game. Back and forth. You can also do this game without using the missions. It's probably slightly harder. Probably might do that sometime soon. Anyways, this is medium storage. Can be used to store things. For example, take this here resin that I dug up. Can be stuck in here. Works on both sides too. So, now we can also take this, put it right next to that. And these are like cables. They can be plugged into other cables to transport power and oxygen. So this one wants us to create a medium printer. Now, this is a small printer. Pressing F brings up this menu, and we can just print a medium printer right now. And these printers are like 3D printers, they just 3D print everything. This is the crafting in this game. Kinda cool. Now we have a medium printer. As you can see, there's 3 slots for resources, as opposed to this one which can only do 2. It can also print bigger things. For example, a printer a size bigger than this one could create another shelter like this one. You can also use this medium printer to create a large platform. These would normally cost resin. You also need to put them on platforms like this. So I could swap these around and it'll still work. Like this still works. This can also go on here because it's got 2 of the medium platforms either side of it, and then it has this large platform here, which if we had more compound should probably go get that. So now we have more compound, we can create a large printer. Now this will take longer because how power works in this game, the shelter here generates 1 unit of power a second, and this uses 1 unit of power while it's active, so if it's actively printing something. But this uses 2, but it's still going, just slower. Because if you have any sort of power, like you could power an entire base using this 1 unit of power, but everything will just run slowly. The less power it has, the slower it will run. In the meantime, I'll go look at that escape pod. Okay, so there was a backpack nearby it. Had this floodlight, this thing. This thing? I'll show you what that does later. Power extenders. So basically, what these do, these cables can only go a certain length. This, who'd have thunk, you can use to extend power if you use them correctly. You can take it further. Printer's done. Yeah, with this, you can create larger things. And apparently the only thing that I can actually make is this. And I don't have the resources to do that. That's kind of useless. For now. This one. So, research chamber. Let me just quickly make a research chamber. There we go, right. Nope. Right, okay. So, research chamber? This is like a whole thing, so if I was to press tab, this brings up this research catalogue. This might look different depending on the colour palette that your Astroneer character down here has. But, essentially, the objects in blue, for example, the small canister, which is the thing I have in my backpack right here. This canister. You can basically buy new recipes for things like power cells. These are like consumable batteries. Explosives. Those will be fun to play around with. Trumpets. Jetpacks. An automatic miner machine. And a giant shredder! Because everyone loves those. But this is the thing we're looking forward to for the end of the episode. The shuttle. So, if you look up there, if I wasn't blocking the way, there's planets all the way up there, around there. We'll be able to fly to those, specifically this one right here. That one's called De Solo. If we look at the Astropedia... So this is the planet we're on right now. Silver. Probably the friendliest planet you'll ever find. This one, which is essentially like the moon. Still fairly friendly? Yeah. It's a moon, what can you say? Galador, a bit like a Tatooine from Star Wars. Venusania. I have no idea how to describe this planet other than I hate it. Novus? Yeah. The moon again. Glacio. Giant ice ball. Lovely. And Atrox. A lovely place. Filled with radiation and anything great. I hate this planet. To buy the recipes, we need a thing called bytes. So, if you think back to earlier, on one of these bushes there were these little pinecone things. We'll be needing those. So, if I hold down F, I can scan them. And I'll outright get bytes for it. But, if I put it in here, and hit the button start researching, I can get more bytes. It does take a little while though. You can also research, pop the resources into the research chamber, and that item will be consumed by the research chamber for research purposes. So if I was to put that resin over there into the research chamber, it won't come back out again. Don't put anything rare into it unless you really want bytes. Another thing we need, so the research catalogue tells you what you need to be able to create the item. Now, I need aluminium. So far, all I've been using is resin and compound. Aluminium is made in a smelting furnace. I went ahead and already researched the smelting furnace. Missions also give you bytes. That should be helpful to note. Smelting furnace. Need more resources. That's great. Oh yeah, so this is what I was talking about earlier. This uses 2 units of power, and so does this. And currently, they're both sharing 1 unit of power between them. Which is essentially they get half a unit every second, which makes them run very slowly. Very slowly. Okay, so now we have enough bytes to buy the recipe for the small shuttle. So shuttles are created in this printer, the large printer. As you can see, it's quite big for a shuttle. And they'll get bigger. So, you need aluminium, 2 of them, like I explained earlier. Now, you can't just jump into the caves expecting to find aluminium. That's not how it works. We need a smelting furnace. So, this is the smelting furnace. You basically just take resources and you stick it on there, and it comes out there, basically refined. So now we need to go find some aluminium. But you can't find it on the surface of the planet, like you can do with resin and... what's the other stuff? And also we just mined into a patch of quartz. I'll explain what that is for later on when we actually need it. And I just fell into a cave. We're doing good. We're doing good. Cool. Luckily this game is quite nice when it comes to dying, although I probably should have planned ahead a bit better and got some more tethers. How am I going to get out of the situation? We have problems, hold on. Gonna need another soil can. We also need some compound for some more tethers. Right, going back down. Don't start sliding, don't start sliding. Cool. Right. Now a quick thing you can do with the tool is you can build ground as well. So I fell somewhere down here. Another nice thing about this game is that there are no hostile creatures. The only thing you have to worry about is hostile plants. The ones that I'm currently with, though, are completely fine, as long as you don't dig them up, because they explode. Like so. There it is. There's my backpack. Cool. Why did I have the power extenders on me? What? Anyways. Oh! This over here is an exodynamics research aid. Essentially you just do like a little quiz thing. Well, not quite a quiz, but like... normally it's like identify the material or something. Oh! And that's what we're looking for. In the side of that wall there. And why are they always suspended up at... anyways. Laterite, this is what we're looking for. I accidentally collected 3. That happens. That's fine. Just gonna pop that there. So, this essentially just cooks the things and creates aluminium. And like most things, this is gonna take time, and yeah, we're gonna be here for a while due to lack of any sort of generators. Right, we just got our first piece of aluminium. Okay, so there's a couple of interesting missions here. So, tungsten. Basically the next thing we need to get is tungsten. Now, we can't find it on this planet, but we can if we go to DeSolo, which is why we want to head to DeSolo. And the other piece of aluminium's finished. Now, here comes the rocket. Eventually. There's also this one. Lights in the distance. This one's an interesting one. If I can just... compass. It's basically the lights that it's talking about is on this purple dot that I'm gonna try and head towards. Now, is that up there what I think it is? Yes, it is! Howdy, Kepler. This is the Kepler Space Telescope. Yeah. We'll be coming back to this, but I didn't think I could show up this close to Kepler, so that's interesting. Right. Okay, so there's a giant mountain in between us and the lights in the distance, so for now we'll just head back. I think we'll just drill through a massive mountain. This is gonna take a while. I don't have a proper drill for it. Okay, there was a random patch of snow here. Weird. I might actually run out of tethers in a minute. Oh, we're at the other side of the mountain now. Great. Oh, there it is. There's the lights in the distance that the mission was talking about. Right. Now, those are interesting. Mainly because, yeah, they're weird. Giant glowing pillars of light. We'll be going to that structure soon. But I'm fairly sure the rocket's finished. So we'll go back and look at that. Still funny though that I spawned this close to Kepler. I didn't think that could happen. Oh, it's almost done, just doing the tip of it now. Just a quick little tip. If you ever get confused in Astroneer, just hit this rocket icon, bring up the Astropedia, and it has a lot of like little things to tell you. And look at that, the rocket's done. Here it is. Now, it isn't entirely finished yet. We just, first, most notably, the thruster. We need to make a thruster. Also, we need to make an oxygenator. Basically one of these to go in here. And then we can launch off into space. So, but we're going to be calling it quits today. Thank you for watching, and yeah, this is Sandwich, and I need to get a better intro. Goodbye.